G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to do landscaper SEO or SEO for landscaping. Let's jump into it. So as you can see behind me, I have a checklist. Now this is a landscaper SEO checklist. If you are either an SEO agency that you've just been hired by a landscaper, or you are an actual landscaper yourself and you know a little bit about SEO, this video is perfect for you because you have this checklist. This landscaper SEO checklist is going to be put down right below. But what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to show you how you can rank a Google business profile as a landscaper and how you can rank organically. So we're going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to show you how to do it all. It's going to be a longer video, but it's going to be worth it. I promise you, if you utilize the strategies that I teach you for landscaper SEO today, you will see drastic results. Now, this is something that we do and we utilize for my own clients. We obviously have a bit of a bigger spreadsheet than this one right now. And if, let's say you were a landscaper and you wanted to work with us, our spreadsheet's a lot bigger and it actually takes 4 to 6 hours for us to put it together. And the reason it takes so long is because we're so thorough with it. Now, I will show you the basic stuff. This stuff, if you correct, you will move the needle. You will see results. Will it get you to outperform your competitors? Maybe not. You will need to go the extra mile, but at least you'll set the foundations on the right foot. All right, so grab this SEO, this landscaper SEO checklist, link down below, completely free. Grab that, guys, super powerful. This is how you're going to get the results. So let me just show you it here. It's got a ton of information. You start with the SEO checklist right here. The tab here has everything what we're sort of going to run through. And then as you can see, there's just tabs all running. They're all behind me. There's a heap of them. We cover everything in this landscaper SEO campaign. I'm going to show you everything you would need to do to achieve solid ranking results. Okay. So from here, what we need to do is I'm just going to pick out some random people. This is random. So I'm going to grab a business that's not performing too well. I've made sure that they've got a Google business profile and a website, and these guys are performing quite poorly. So I believe it was position 35 for the keyword, a landscaper Houston, Earth. I think it was these guys, Earth Ideas Outdoors. Yeah, landscaping company Houston. I think this was it. We're going to grab these guys. They're in position 35 for this keyword, so they're not performing too well. We want to make sure that we get these guys up there. So I'm not affiliated, not working with them at all. I have no idea who they are. I'm just trying to help you if you're a landscaper and you're looking to do landscaper SEO. So the way we begin, okay, is we start by following this checklist. So basically page 1, ID the current keyword and performance of the current keywords. So we want to get the domain. We want to put in the information in here. So let's start grabbing a little bit of the information. Let's scroll down. Let's grab Earth Ideas Outdoors. Okay, that's what the business name is. Earth Ideas Outdoors. Earth Ideas Outdoors. Okay. Earth Ideas Outdoors. Okay, Earth Ideas Outdoors. Let me make sure that, yep, got it right. Okay, so you can just put in all of your information up here. Now, what we want to do is we want to go over and put that information in the SEMrush. Now, yes, for a lot of this, I will utilize paid tools. So this is SEMrush, a great tool, a brilliant tool. Now, if you're serious about doing landscaper SEO, you're going to need a tool like this. You can just have it for 1 month, or reach out to me. I can help you out. This is what we do all the time. You can either pay us for these services and you'll have more information, but you might need to pay for this tool just to be able to get the insights that we do. But in saying that, I'm still going to give you a lot of tips that you can utilize free tools for, and I promise you that would still move the needle. Okay, so we want to just have a quick review of how our Earth, I'm just going to call it Earth Ideas, how they're doing. So they've got a total of 2,400 backlinks and they're ranking for 799 keywords. So let's grab that information. So 799 keywords, backlinks was 2,400. and their authority score, I believe, was 23, I think. Now, authority score, guys, like, this is how powerful your website is. Take it with a grain of salt. I can make you have a high authority score with a couple of the right backlinks sent to the right places. It's not that important. It's a good idea to know what it is. That's it. It's not as powerful as knowing how many backlinks you have or how many referring domains you have. So it's kind of similar to that. So that's what we're looking at. We're just having a look at how it's been performing. It got absolutely slammed. Wow, poor buggers, they lost a lot. That's no good. So they've lost a lot. Thankfully, they've gained a bit of momentum back, but wow, they were down to ranking for only 200 keywords. Ouch, that must have hurt. Okay. All right. So we've had a review of the actual thing. We've done a quick review now. Now the next thing is to actually look at the target keywords that we're going to be going after. Let me jump into that. All right, so the target keywords that we've utilized is obviously landscaper Houston. So that's the keyword that we've utilized and entered into the SERP to get the results to find these guys right now. Now, when it comes to you, the landscaper, the SEO agency, you would obviously have more. There'll be a ton of them. Now, you need to apply these principles to most of the things that we do here, but just for the sake of this video not being 6 hours long, we're using one, okay? We're using one. I'll show you how to add more in the future to get those cool ideas for your landscaping so you can rank your landscaping business higher in Google. I'll show you that, but for now, this is just how it's going to run. So the next step on what you need to do is you need to identify all of the keywords that are linked or showing up in the SERP for this landscaping company. Let me show you how to do that. So all you need to do is go across, back up to our trusty SEMrush, scroll down and click on the view details. Okay, so you're viewing the details. This is what basically SEMrush is looking at, saying, okay, Mr. Landscaper, Mr. Earth Ideas, I believe that you're ranking for this many keywords and this word, and it's saying here, this is where you are, this is how much traffic you're getting for it. This data is quite important because we will utilize it going forward. So let's export that. Now you can do an export CSV or this. My head's not in the way. Let me get out. But yeah, so that's how you can export it. Now, the brilliant thing is we can throw that into our lovely spreadsheet. So you just click on the keyword research tab, scroll up the top here. Let's open this bad boy up. I'm just grabbing the information right now. So I'll grab the data right now. Copy that, minimize that. And let's input the data in here. Let me clean this up, beautify it for you a little bit. Okay, so now you can see these are the keywords that Google SEMrush has identified. We're in position number 2 for Houston drainage. Very good. Root barrier Houston, position 2. But as you can see, quite light on. French drain ideas, it's quite good search volume. But again, we're not really performing too well for the types of things that would be appropriate. Yard contractor, thought there would have been more searches for that. But the root barrier, 1900, like we're off the first page now. So that's what we're going to try and do. If you, let's say you're going after all of those like root barrier stuff, you would be going after those types of keywords. You'd be able to utilize that and put them on your target keyword and sort of research them the same way that I'm applying right now. So that is how you would go about it. And this is your keyword tab. It's brilliant. You've got your position that you're currently in, your search volume. So how many times people are Googling that on average a month, and then your keyword difficulty. How hard out of 1 to 100 is it to rank for that keyword? Okay, so I hope I clarify all of that. Now, the next thing that we need to do is we need to audit the landscaper's Google business profile. Let me run you through how we do that. So it's not only important for you just to be ranking organically, but you want to be ranking in the maps as well. It's so much more powerful if you're up in the map pack, which is the 1, 2, 3 maps, and you're also appearing in the organic results. Because if you're doing that, well, you're going to have double the chance of being clicked on. So let me show you what to do. So all you need to do is come back over to the local checklist, and you come back over, you can start clicking off things. So as we're moving along, we can click them off. If you want, you can put any comments in here. So anything you would like to basically say, there's additional comments over here, and you can just add anything, but we can check it off as we're going along. So now we go to the GBP audit. So we click on that. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm only going to be doing 2 audits. I'm only going to be looking at 2 of your competitors. But if you're in a very competitive area for landscaping, I would strongly recommend 3 to 5, okay? If you are in a not so competitive area, just the top couple, okay? You'll be able to easily look at something and be like, okay, this is what I need to do to achieve that result. So let me show you right now what we're going to do. So let's go back to Google. And we're going to go all the way up. Now, I just want to, while we're on the organic results page, I want to try and grab the top ranking competitors. So organically, I'm not going to grab, these are directories, guys. Now, if I see directories have their performance because they're just big, like your Yelps. It's a big thing. So it's winning its authority for ranking over that. You should be able to outdo directories. You should always be able to, an actual business should always be able to push out directories, okay? So I'm just going to grab that and this Mossland. I'm going to grab these top 2 guys because they're actual businesses, not compared to those directories. But yeah, if you do everything right, I promise you that you should be pushing these guys out because they shouldn't be there. Google has been leaning a little bit more towards the listicles, which is, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't think it'll last too long because I think it's very frustrating. So now we're going into maps because we're doing a Google Business Profile audit. We don't want to look at these guys. That's an ad. That's an ad. Let's look at the #1 organic rating. Now for this, you're going to need 2 things. You're going to need to GMB everywhere, which is this thing here. It's a Chrome extension. And there's another thing that's loading right now. It's called Plepper. So Plepper will actually show you what you can look for. Chrissy Palmer put me onto this, so thanks, mate. It's a brilliant tool. You just need to go away and install it differently, but it's a free tool. So everything I show you basically now, it's free. You can do this all for free. And if you want to achieve results, if you want to move your landscaping business, your Google Business Profile for your landscaping company higher, just follow what I'm teaching you right now and you'll be able to do that. So let's get this thing to pop down. So we just want to have a quick brief look and see what the majority of categories are. So landscaper, landscape designer, landscape architect. It's all pretty stock standard. Okay, so let's crack on. So our main competitor here, this is an ad, is Natural Wonders and Houston Landscaping Pros. So these guys are doing really well in the maps. So let's utilize them. So you just click on their knowledge panel, grab the name. And the reason you want to grab the name is you don't want to forget who you're working on. Happens to the best of us, do it all the time, don't worry. So once you've grabbed their name, go across, grab the second one, because the reason I like grabbing the second one is because this might happen. You might accidentally click something, you'll go back and find that things move around. Thankfully they haven't. So yeah, thankfully they haven't, but that's what happens when you if I was to zoom out more and view all of Houston, then what happens is obviously the results change. We want to see, I've typed this in, Google's telling me this is what it's rewarding. Don't go in and out changing it because you'll change your results drastically. Now I'll show you how to do grid stuff to get a more accurate and determinate number, but we cover that in this section. So just bear with me, guys, just so I can bring this down because this looks absolutely atrocious. So Natural Wonders Landscaping. So we're going back to them, okay? Natural Wonders. Now what we want to look at is their categories over here. It's going to be on Plepper. It'll show us they've got a total of 5 categories listed and we want to grab all of them. Okay. So just bear with me through all of this, but I'm showing you what you need to do. If you do what I'm showing you right now, I promise you, you'll get results. Average rating, total reviews. You can start to see this will change, okay? And it's averages, and that becomes important shortly. Average rating, total reviews. So Total reviews 27, 4.6. 4.6 and 27. Okay. Now we just keep going across. So you do this for all of your competitors. Remember, more competitive niche, guys, you do this more often. Total posts, we'll cover that in a second. It's just, we need to use this tool. So the GMB everywhere, and it sort of just takes us away. So I don't want to lose everything. So image count, 191. Okay, so a lot of images. Image count, 191. Let me just make sure that you could see this. So image count, I'm looking on Plepper right now. I can see that there's 191 images. Okay, very important. It is very important, guys, to be aware of that. Q&As, another thing to look at. Let's see if there's any question and answers asked. Nothing. Okay, so we go back over here, put 0. Now, with the products and services of late, Google's been quite funny in not allowing us to view the services and products sometimes via a desktop. They're doing that deliberately because Google's not a fan of us. They don't like us doing SEO. So we're going to have to send some stuff to my phone, but I will walk you through everything and I'll explain it all. So whether it's still like this in the future, you can do exactly what I'm doing now, or it changes back and it's completely okay. So let's have a look and see if they've got any products listed. Now, normally it'll be displayed if they do, but they don't. So what we want to do now is we want to send this to my phone. We're going to send this to my phone so I can check on my phone. I can double check and ensure that they don't have anything. So I'm just bringing up. So that's them. You guys probably won't be able to see it. But what I'm doing right now is I'm clicking on the profile. I'm just checking it out to see if they have any products. Nope. Zilch products, nothing. Okay, so we go back over here, products, nothing. Now services, so I'm on services and they have a lot of them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. I'm going to say about 27. This is just, I'm not going to waste your time by standing here counting up that high, but about 27. Okay, so that's what we want to look at. Now we've got the services and we've looked at the products, we've looked at the services. Now what we need to do is go back to the post. So let's go back here, and this is where we need to utilize this thing right here, post audit. So we click on the post audit because we're trying to review, see how often they're being active with their profile. The more active your profile is, the more likely Google's going to reward you. So now we just need to leave the tool to do its thing. Looks like there's only one post, and that was back in 2020. So long time ago. Yeah, one post and not enough posts to calculate the frequency. So we're looking at the total number of posts and how often they are posting. So this is just, yeah, leave it blank so it doesn't impact the average. Actually, you could probably put it up maybe one every 2 years. So you could either do 365, you could do more, whatever you want. But total posts, 1. Now, as you can see, all of these numbers have changed, but let me show you. Let's go do our second competitor now. So Houston Landscaping Pros. So remember, you would do this, you would look at other landscapers if your organization is in a competitive thing. This is kind of competitive. It's not often that you'll see someone up the top that isn't posting. So they're obviously, their website's optimized. A lot of things are optimized that they're doing right for the natural wonders. That's reassuring. Be confident when you see that type of stuff. So, wow. So 9 categories for these guys. So I copy this, 9. Come back over here. Put this in, 9. Okay, let's check it out. Average rating and total reviews. 41 and 4.7. So 4.7 and 41. Okay. All right. So see, now you've got the averages. Now I know the numbers are going to be a little bit skewed. They'll be a little bit funny, but that's why you want more competitors. So the averages can be a little bit tighter. Okay. So let's keep going across. We want to check out the images. How many images do these guys have? And it's not showing me again. Unfortunately, guys, Plepper's been... So Google's came out with their updates. Like, we can't see the services. businesses where I can see that they've got images, but I can't see them in Plepper, and you can't see them in this tool. So we're just going to have to, normally like you saw before, it'll actually display them. There's nothing I can do. You might just need to go in and get a rough estimate count. If you send it to your phone, sometimes it can actually show you how many there are, but you can just scroll through and check it out. If it just keeps going, there's a lot. But that's what you want to see. They've either got hundreds. Sometimes it'll actually max out. I can't remember the number. The highest number I've ever seen it go up to, I think, was 400. So if it's over that, maybe they've got more images than that, and it looks like they've got a lot. Like I would not be, I'm still scrolling and it's still going. Okay. So we'd need to put in at least 100. I would be saying at least 100 images. Yeah, definitely. Let's do that. 100 images, definitely. So let's see maybe if Plepper fires now. Maybe we'll get lucky and it will actually show us. Come on, Plepper. Nah, she's not doing it. Bugger. Sorry, guys. So yeah, you'd either need to go in and count it or just do a bit of a guesstimation. I'd say at least 100. Okay, at least 100. So let's scroll across now. Let's have a look at their Q&A. How many Q&As have they got? Question and answers? None. No one's hit them up in the Q&As. Q&As are powerful, guys. Like that's one of the some things that you do want to review. You might be sitting there going, I've got everything the same as my competitor. What's going on here? Well, maybe you don't. And that Q&A is something that you can get a little bit of a juice from. Now, these guys have products and we can see them on here. So we want to view all of the products. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just make sure that they don't have any subcategories. Okay, 6 products. Okay. Now we need to obviously send this to the phone if we can't see anything. Yeah, it's looking that way. We can't see services. Let's scroll down, just double check. Yep. Sorry guys, it's it would be ideal if you can do, like, you can set up your browser to be as a mobile device, but if I do that, then trying to record it all it's quite challenging. So I've just got them back on my phone. Let's have a look. Let's see how many services. Whoa, I thought the other one had a lot. These guys have even more. Oh, it's probably 50s to 70s. It's a lot. I'm going to conservatively say 50. It's a lot. It is a lot. So now we need to go over and let's review their posts now. So let's scroll back up. Why are we not given? Okay, let's do it on here then. It's not giving us the option on the actual thing, but let's have a look. Let's see what they've got going. There's at least one post. Now, sometimes, guys, this might happen. Like I said, Google's update, it's thrown the tools out, it's thrown a lot of the things out. So, unfortunately, like, this is a cheap tool. It's free. There's a free version, but we obviously have it paid, but it's a cheap tool. So I find normally running it the second time around normally picks everything up because we want to ascertain what exactly is going on. We want to know the numbers. We need to know the numbers. There's no point in trying to do landscaper SEO if you're not willing to look at the competitors that Google's rewarding. SEO is not about reinventing the wheel. It's not appropriate to try and do that. Okay, it looks like it might have picked it up. All right, beautiful, it has. Okay, so there's 23 posts. Now, on average, it's posting every 37 days. So 23 posts and posting every 37 days. That's important. So 23 posts and posting every 37 days. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, 37 it is. All right, so now we've got numbers. So as you can see, we've got all of this stuff filled out. Again, use more competitors, you'll get closer averages because you want to start to see what's going on. You want to start looking at this, and it will become very important in a second. So now what we want to do is we've reviewed that. We want to do a grid search. Okay, so let's close down these tabs. So I want to grab Earth Ideas Outdoors. I'm going to run a scan. Okay. So I'm going to look for this business. There it is. So this is us. Earth Ideas Outdoors. Now let's go back over. Target keyword was, I believe it was landscaper Houston. So grab our target keyword and place it into this. Okay. Now what this is, so this is a grid map. So what it's actually doing is, as these little dots, as it'll appear in a second. So let's just say I was standing in this location here. If I'm standing there with a mobile device and I type in landscaper Houston, it's going to depict a number, and whatever that number depiction is, then that will explain, hey, this is the position that you're in. If I'm standing there with a mobile device and I Google you from here, that's where you are. Now, this is a small area. You can make it bigger. I'm only making this smaller because, guys, like, I don't want to burn through my credits. Yeah, I don't want to burn through the stuff. This is Local Falcon. Anything I talk about, guys, is most likely a list here, a link down in the video. Local Falcon. Use Local Falcon because you can just put in $20 and you can run the test yourself. Or they're doing free things right now. So you can go away and do a free scan completely. Like, you don't need to pay anything and you can get these type of results. But in this location, right where we are, we're in number 1. But like I was saying down here, it's saying 14. So let's scroll down. There we are. So that means we're ranking in the maps in position 14. Not ideal. Not ideal. There ain't no work coming to us from down there. We need to rectify that, okay? And obviously, the bigger the grid we would do, the worse it would end up for us, okay? So we've done that. We've had a look at that, and we've seen what our results are. So result performance is you can put in poor if you would like. Any comments you want to add as well, you can put that in. Now let's start going through and really nailing our profile. So we need to find our profile. Let me just, should be able to, whoops, it was Earth, wasn't it? Earth Ideas, that's it. That was that one. So this is us all the way down here. As you can see, we're all the way down the bottom, like last. So in position 20 or position 19, depending upon how many ads are up the top there. But let's start figuring out what's going on. Let's see why we're down so low. So let's copy this. So we've got 6 categories and these services. Why are we performing so badly for this? I like to just put what we've got over here and 6. What's our average rating and our total reviews? 52 and 4.5. And let's look for images. Next one. 105 images. Okay. Q&A. What have we got going on with our Q&A? Nothing. Nothing asked. Products and services. Let's do that first. Okay, so we've got some products. Let's check it out. Let's see what they've got going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've got 5 products. Okay. Let's check out their services. I'll send it to my phone again. Sorry guys that I can't show you the actual services. It's just how it is. I like giving you as much information. This is what we go through. This is just how it is. Okay, I'm just on the phone now, checking it all out. Whoa, they've got not as many 12, 24, and I would say around about 35-ish, 35-ish, give or take. So I'm not accurately counting the numbers because it'll take all day, guys, but you're getting the point. You want to see how many exactly you have. That's why this stuff takes time. It really does. If you want to do effective landscaper SEO, it takes time. All right, so then we can come back over here and let's have a look at our posts. So let's audit the post. Let's check that out. We want to see what's going on there. So I definitely got some posts done, but they look a little bit older. Yeah, so there's some stuff recently. So they've obviously recently started working on the profile. Bang. Look at that. May 20 and yeah. So they're obviously, you guys are SEOing now. Well done. That's why they've picked up all the keywords back, because yeah, they were getting pummeled. So 12 total posts and on average 1, 2, 3. But this skews your data a little bit. So like you can look over here, they weren't doing much, but now they really are. So this is a great sort of example for you. And you need to use your nous and go, okay, does the recent stuff, should that be counted against the other stuff? Because if I remove that, like I removed that stuff that was, that's adding years to our data. But if we look at it and go 7th of May, 19th, 2nd of June, 21st of June, 1st of July, they're adding about 2. It's a sort of 2-ish every month. I would actually lean on the recent stuff. Lean on your recent stuff, because it's skewed if, guys. So I'd probably just check. I'd do that. I would seriously do that. I would look at my posts and go, well, I've got a total of 12. My post frequency, however, though, is probably every 14 days. That's where I'd be looking at it. I wouldn't want to say that 123 that it had, because it's not really appropriate. You want to focus on what's going on now, okay? What's going on now. So this is where the power comes in. This is how you really ascertain what's going on with your Google Business Profile, all right? So what you do now is you can scroll across. You have your information right here, and let's start looking. So how many categories do we have? We have 6, average is 7. We need to look into that. We need to figure out what we've got, what they've got. What's so different? They've got drainage service, we've got drainage service. All of these, they've got the fountain stuff, we've got the foundation. All of this needs to be looked into. Should we have more? Should we actually have more? Top guy has only 5 though, and it's the second guy that has 9. You need to figure out what the actual average is. Now, your average rating, we have 4.5, average is 4.65. So we need to improve that. It does need to be improved. Right, improve rating needs to be done. We're nowhere near the top competitors. Obviously, guys, the numbers are going to be skewed, but I'm just giving you an example of how you would look at this. Total reviews, at least 34 reviews. Beautiful. We've got 52. Okay, we're doing okay there. We need on average at least 12 posts. Okay, awesome. 12 posts. There we go. Happy days. So total images, we need at least 145 images. Oh, we need more images. Okay, so we need more images. You can start to see it's like, wow, we need 40 more images on our profile just to hit that average. Okay, so that's how you start to really figure all of it out, guys. In all honesty, this is how you go about landscaper SEO. So Q&As, I think everyone was zilch. Yep, nothing. So Q&As is fine. Products, we have 5. What's the average for products? 3. Okay, so it looks okay there. Looks okay. Services, average. Okay, it's 38. All right, no worries. 38 services. How many do we have? We have 35. It's close. Now, what you need to do if you're doing landscaper SEO, you need to go through and actually look at all the services, because you need to see how relevant they are and what other people have done to those services. Okay, very, very important. So you need to do that. Now, post frequency is around about 37-ish, and our post frequency was 14. So now we're doing okay with how often we're posting. Okay, awesome. But you can see, okay, well, we definitely need more images. We need to align with the services, and we need to improve our overall rating, and we need to ensure that the categories that we're looking at is actually appropriate, because what we have might not be appropriate. All right, so that is, you can go through, you can tick all of this off if you want. That is the end of the Landscaper Google Business Profile Audit. What we're going to do now is a Landscaper SEO keyword gap analysis. Okay, so let's jump into that. So essentially what a keyword gap analysis is we're going to look at the top ranking competitors organically, and we're going to figure out what keywords they have that we don't. Now, this helps you in two ways. It helps you get more numbers on the scoreboard, so you'll be able to tie everything on an entity or semantic level. And number two, it gives you ideas. You might be sitting there going, what else can I rank for? What else can I include in my content? What other blog contents can I create? I have no idea. I've been thinking about this, and it'll give you ideas. So we're going to perform a Landscaper keyword gap analysis right now. So all you need to do for that is you just come across to the keyword gap. Okay, so you want to click on the gap. Now, when it comes to this section right here, it's pretty straightforward. Let me scroll back up to the top. You just need to input the data here. Now, what we need to do is we need to identify the top competitors, and we've pretty much already done that. So like I said, we opened up these guys before. This is Houston Landscaper, full landscaping service company. These guys are organically ranking well. Now, when it comes to the maps and organic, they are different, and you do need to take some slightly varied approaches. But because what we're going to do is I'm just going to grab the top organic listings for you. I'm going to show you them. They're going to be our main competitors, these guys here. So obviously the Google Business Profile is slightly different. A lot of the time you will find that if someone's doing well in the Google Business Profile, they should be doing well organically. It is challenging to maintain that, because sometimes to do this, you've got to sacrifice a little bit of here. That's just how it goes. But ultimately you should be able to achieve ranking in both areas. So Mossland Landscaping. Let me just close down this, guys. Let me get rid of anything that we don't need. Now the grid result, the grid result. So that was an important factor for you. So yeah, local Falcon, you check that out, links there. So what we want to do now for the keyword gap is we want to grab our competitors first of all, and we want to actually identify what's going on with our competitors. So you'll have a little tab down here that says competitors. You can put in their domain. So Moss Landscaping and Houston Landscaper, and their business name. Now to figure out business names is normally down here. So Natural Wonders Landscaping. Okay. So just so we can know, we can click on that, come back over to here, Natural. Now this comes important later, and I will explain why later. So we do need their actual name. And Mossland, let's go back here and let's just double check what they've got. Okay. Mossland is probably just Moss Landscaping. Moss Landscaping, I assume, about. You can check it out if you want, so you can have a look at, because normally they should have something about Moss Landscaping. Yep, it looks like it's a business name. So grab that and you can place that over here. Okay, so now what we want to do is let's just have a quick cheeky little look at their website to see what they've got going on. Okay, so we're performing a bit of a quick analysis so we understand how our competitors are doing overall. Then we'll jump into the keyword gap. Okay, so do this with your other competitors. You want to see if there's a link between the Google business. You know, take your time there. I'm just jumping through it because, again, I don't want this to be a 4-hour video. I want to try and keep this under an hour, but yeah, that ain't going to happen. So it'll probably be, it's normally about an hour and a half when I do these type of videos. All right, so let's go and do this. Let's start with Moss. All right, let's go to the home page. They've got, for what you want to do is utilize this SEO Quake 473 keywords they're ranking for. Now you can get this Chrome extension completely free. It's just called SEO Quake. Okay, this shows me how many pages are indexed by Google. So I want to know that because I want to know how big their website is. This is a massive website. If it's a massive website, whew, that's always harder. If I start to see that it's a big website, then that's not good. If I see that a small website is outperforming a big website, that's very reassuring. So as an example, these guys have 18 pages. That's what we're looking for. So they're outperforming. They're doing well. Where's my checklist? Getting all carried away with it. Okay, so what you can do now, let's go back to Mossland. You can click on it. If you have SEMrush, you'll be able to just click on it and it'll take you basically straight through, but I just like looking at the domain overview. Now you can record their authority score if you want. It's entirely up to you. I don't generally because I know. But 864 backlinks and 783 keywords for Moss. And 783. Okay, let's have a look at the what was that? Natural Wonders. Let's check those guys. I'm pretty sure Natural Wonders is actually one of the Natural Wonders. So there you go, guys. There you go. Natural Wonders, they're doing well organically and they're doing well in the maps. So boom, the perfect people that you want to emulate. You want to match these guys. This is why you do it. This is why. This is a perfect example of why you do this. Competitors. So let's go have a look. Let's check them out. Right, 16 authorities, so yeah, not a lot. 283 backlinks and 149 keywords. Okay, 283, 149. So this is important because you want to ascertain what's going on. Remember, we're only targeting one keyword right now, like one. So whilst these guys like Natural Wonders might be doing awesome for just this keyword, Moss Landscaping can be doing so much more because look at how many more keywords. Oh, sorry, excuse me. How many, wow, I'm sorry guys. You're gonna have to forgive me. Here I am enjoying the Labor Day weekend and making a fool. No, that's all right. So total keywords, yeah, they're doing a lot more. They've got a lot more opportunity to rank for more words and generate more traffic and generate more leads. Okay, so that's something to look at. That's something to remember. You can come back over here and check out what we've got. It's like, wow, okay, we're actually quite similar. So you can go through, you can do this reviewed. Yep, we did that. And now we're looking and doing the keyword gap analysis. Okay, so let's crack on with that. So what we do, we scroll back over to, hopefully, let's go here. Let's get rid of those. I like getting rid of the tabs because it's going to be able to speeden things up a little bit. Now, let's go while that's loading. Let's go back here. Let's grab Mossland. Now, you click on the keyword gap in the left-hand column there. You click on that. You add a couple of competitors. And what you're doing is essentially you're looking at, like I explained before, what they have, you don't have, what you have, and they don't have. You're looking at everything. You're figuring it all out, which is very, very cool. So as you can see here, like shared. So Houston Landscaping, we're in position 30. This is going to be Mossland is in position 4. And then the other guys, the Natural Wonders, they're in position 1. Okay. And then same thing with Landscaping Houston. Okay. So just a variation swapped around. Okay. Landscaping Houston, Texas. So again, another variation. You can start to see what else is looked at, what you've got, untapped, unique. You can start to see all of your strong and weak keywords missing. Very cool. So I'm going to go on all, click on all. I have a more video, another video in my YouTube channel that does do an in-depth keyword gap analysis. But for the purpose of this, and I'm just going to grab 500 results, guys. I find 500, it's not too much. If I export the whole lot, two things. One, I'm exporting stuff for a YouTube video. I'm sure that this is valuable for you, but it's more so about running through the motions so you can do and replicate what I'm doing right now. So let's open that up. It's opening up. Let's go back over here, keyword gap. Cool. So let me just grab all this data right here, guys. And now you can just come across and paste it all in, okay? Don't crash. All right, awesome. Okay, so let's beautify this a little bit. All right. So you can, this is all of your domains. This is a search volume, so you can see how many searches, keyword difficulty, cost per click, competition results, all of this other stuff, guys. Like you can see the main stuff here. So for landscaping, this is what position they're in. Zilch, they're not appearing, but I think it's Moss. They're in position 58, okay? So that's what that is. That's how you read the keyword gap. Now, the next thing that we need to do is a landscaper SEO backlink analysis. So let me show you how to do that. So like a keyword gap analysis, a backlink gap analysis is exactly the same. But the reason that we're utilizing this is because we actually want to identify what our competitors have, because we want to get into what's known as the link graph, okay? We want to get into what Google sees as surrounded by landscaping. We want to get into that. We don't want to be on the outside of that party. We've got to get VIP access. So what we need to do now is it's very straightforward. In all honesty, you can go across to the tab here. So here's your backlink tab here. Scroll back up to the top. Let's go. Now, come over to SEMrush. Now scroll back up. You'll see backlink gap on the left-hand side. Click onto that, okay? So you just click on that. And now it should import the competitors that we already did in the keyword. So that's easy. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. Majority of the time it's there. And you can even add a couple of more competitors if you want to. But the thing that I want to show you right now is see this column right here, matches. Vitally important. It's essential that you monitor that, look at that, and that's where you try and build the backlinks from. So as an example, this, what is it? 3bestrated.com. Okay, this is linking out to two of my competitors. So as you can see, I don't have it, but Moss and Houston Landscaping, or I think it's Natural Wonders, whatever it is, those guys have it. Same with all of these other ones here. Get recommended. I don't have it. They do. It's vitally important that you go and get these links. Now you need to make sure that these links are not just spammy, crappy links. They have to be good links, okay? If they are on the side, send them to like your tiers, send them to a buffer page, send them somewhere else, or even to a burner page, you know, like a blog post. If, you know, you're comfortable burning that blog post, if that link was to ever turn bad, and that's what needs to be done, okay? So that's something to pay attention to. But just remember, like, same thing goes for these guys, okay? Try not to point the links at your homepage if they're ever questionable. But as you can see, there's a lot of links. So all of these ones here where there's two, you know, they have it, we need it. You need to go and build these. Like there's a 90% of the time you will need to go across and build the links where there's matches where both your competitors have that you don't. Vitally important. So now you can export that data. So same thing, guys. CSV. Come across here. Open that up. If it wants to open up, doesn't feel like it does. Okay, so let me just grab this. You can paste this anywhere you like. Let me just close these things down. Unfortunately, there's always that noise from those things. But all right, so let's beautify this again. Bang, make this here, put this here. Bang. Okay, so domain score, here's the domains, okay, that you were looking at. Here's us, this is us right here. And here's our competitors, okay? So this is how you can look at it, and you can receive multiple backlinks from one domain. Now, when it comes to backlink volume, I think it is best if you look at referring domains, but for the purpose of simplifying things, I'm going to talk about backlinks. Now, a referring domain, so as an example, let's look at this. Let me just explain this to you right now. So actually, let's go down to this guy. Now, these guys have 6 and 8. How's that possible? It's just meant to be one backlink. No. So what is being done is the careservices.info is actually linking out to this guy 6 times. That's how that works. So that's 6 backlinks, but 1 referring domain. So you can start to see the difference there. So it's not necessarily that you need to go out and build 6 or 8, or you need to split it down the middle and build 7 from here. No, you just need to get a link, at least 1 link from here. So that's how that works, okay? So I hope that I've clarified that, and now you should be able to go and do a landscaping SEO backlink gap analysis. The next thing that we need to do is we need to review your target keywords and how you're performing on Google. That is quite important. So why you want to review things on Google is important. So for us, I believe, let's just grab that, let's go back to Google. Let's put this in here. Let's click on that and let's find Earth. So you can do Control F, Earth. I used to do things where I just randomly go along, guys, but I'd find I'd run into too many issues. I'd be like, okay, let's do this, because I try to give as much value as I possibly can. And yeah, I used to not do things beforehand, but then I found out I could run into things where they don't have a Google business profile. Well, I'm trying to make a video about how to optimize a Google business profile as well. And I have to go back to the start. So that's why I sort of do a little bit of digging beforehand. But here they are in position 35. And the reason you want to just have a look into Google is we go back into the keyword research. So for our target keyword, you can come here. You can go filter by values, filter by conditions. Sorry, my bad. Text contains. Place that in there. So, okay. We're in position 33 and our thing's saying position 35. So it's pretty much right. It's pretty much right. And the reason you're looking at Google is because you just want to make sure that your tools are appropriate. You want to do that with all of your target keywords, okay? So once you've had a look at, you've done your keyword gap, you've done all of this, go back, just double check Google, because at the end of the day, Google is what you should be listening to, okay? So that's an important thing to do. Let's go back over here. Let's check some things off. We've done that, reviewed it there. We've reviewed it on that. Now, the next thing that we need to do is a core web vital review of the landscaping website. What a core web vital review is something that tests basically the functionality and the speed of the website. So when you're using this tool, it's right over here. You can see this right here, Google CWV. You can click on this link right here. Now, just a little bit of a caveat, guys. When you're doing this, it can crash everything. Google's performance tool does not perform. I know, that's Google for you. So what you want to do is you want to grab your domain and you want to come back over here and paste it into here and then click analyze. So if things slow down or crash, or we'll come back, but you want to do this with all of your competitors, okay? So you want to see how they're performing as well. Now, if you're performing really poorly, yes, you need to do something about it. However, big caveat here. Don't think that you need to go and spend, let's say $450, because that's what we charge to optimize just an average sized website. Don't think you need to go and spend that if your competitors are also not performing. So right now, 49, terrible score, but our competitors might have 40. Okay, so, you know, you look at that. Desktop is the main thing that I like to check out. 83, this is right on the cusp. Like if I own this website, I'd be fixing this because this is, to my standard, this is not good. It should always be 90, above 90 on the desktop. However, sometimes it could just be that there's a glitch in the system or something's going wrong. And see, now it's page unresponsive. Thanks, Google. But when it comes to that, it should try to be always green on the desktop, okay? But this is something that's not really going to impact the rankings unless your competitors are well optimized. So that's why you would need to check your competitors, because if they're well optimized, you need to invest that money and you need to fix it up too. One way you can speed it up is just by getting better hosting, okay? So paying for something like SiteGround's all right. It might be better than this or WPX or anything like that. They can be better, and that can actually speed this up and give you a better result. So let me hit wait and then exit, and maybe we'll get away unscathed. Excellent. All right. So we failed that. Okay. So what we can do now is, now we've started to see a bit of what's going on with our landscaper SEO. We can see, all right, well, that's failed. Now, if it was me, if I owned that website, I'd be doing it. Now, obviously, if $450 is a lot to you, you can't afford it, and it's not really necessary, just don't. Better off spending it on content and backlinks. But what we can start to do is come over to this, you'll see this SEO strategy tab, okay? This is where we can start to look. So we needed to get a better rating on our Google Business Profile. So we need more reviews and more images. GBP work. Okay, so that's what you can put in. We also need to improve the core web vital. Now you can do this as you're going along. What I normally do is I sort of overview everything, but there's a lot of people that like to go, okay, this is the core web vital. Now you would know if core web vital needs to be put in here depending upon your competitors' results. As you saw before, guys, I almost lost my browser, lost all of this. I'm not going to risk that twice. You get the idea. That's how you would go about reviewing your competitors, okay? So, we put a comma in that, space it there. So we want to come back. That's that done, okay? Come back over here, click that off. Now, the next thing that we need to review is the landscaper schema. So I'll show you how to do the schema. If you don't know what schema is, essentially it's search engine language. It's a language of the search engines. It's your web page is just nothingness, okay? Google doesn't read a web page, it essentially calculates it because Google is an algorithm. It needs to ascertain what it is through math equations, not by any other means. And what schema is it says, hey, Mr. Google, this is what I'm about. So it's not vitally important. Will you go from position 100 all the way up to position 1 if you implement schema? No. But I have seen people go from page 3 to page 1 just because of schema. So it does happen. So it's important to utilize it. And again, it's something that this world is forever changing when it comes to SEO. Today, it's not as important. In 1 year's time, it could be the most important thing for your website because maybe Google's already reducing the amount of information that it takes off a web page. They announced a month ago that they're going to only read about 15 megabytes of a page. So are they just going to read schema in the future? Who knows? To save on server power? Who knows? Now, if you're looking at the schema, so this is what you want to do. You want to come up here, click on the schema validator. Let's open that link up. Now, just for the purpose of this, again, like the core web vitals, guys, I'm just grabbing my page, okay? All you need to do is grab your page. You want to start by looking at your competitors and seeing what's going on there and matching them against. So all you do is that'll pop up with its thing. You just put in your home page, and what's going to happen is it has the code and then it has everything that's over here. Now these guys have local business. Awesome. That's what they should have. And web page, which is a good thing, should have breadcrumbs in here. Yes, they do, which is a little thing that pops down in the corner to tell you where you are. All right. So that's really good. That is quite a good thing that they've done. So they're on top of it. Is it perfect? I don't know. We need to see the competitors to ensure that it is perfect. But that is how you would evaluate the schema. So just do the exact same thing, grab your competitors, put it in there and review it. Now, the next thing is citations. So a citation is essentially like a Yelp listing. You've got the name, address, phone number, or commonly referred to as the NAP in this game. Okay, that is vitally important because what they do is they build a bit of trust. If you have a Yelp, an Apple Maps, Manta, all of these listings, well, you're a legitimate business then. Google can trust in that. But if you don't have anything out on the web, not even that stuff, Google is going to be very cautious of your business profile. Now, one way that I'm going to show you how to actually audit your business citations for your landscaping company is two ways. Or I will show you two ways. You can do it in SEMrush. So you can just basically go through and start to identify all of that. Or you can utilize Bright Local, which is another paid tool, unfortunately. There's a link for it. Where's the link? Right there. So that's a link to Bright Local. What that does is you input your competitors, yourself and your competitors, and it'll go through and scan everything. Now, it does take about 20 minutes to do. It isn't something that happens immediately like you've been seeing with SEMrush, but it will give you more accurate information compared to the free way I'm going to show you right now, okay? So it's up to you whether you want to pay money to have it done and ran through that way. If you're willing to spend, I think it's around about $40, whatever it is for the month, then go and do it with Bright Local. You'll get the actual number of citations and the actual businesses. Or you can do it this way. So what you need to do is come down to this thing that I have here. This is known as a search operator. You can copy this. Let's open a new tab. Close the schema on and paste that in here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our website. We're going to put this in here where it says website. Okay. So, and then we need to grab our business name. This is why I was saying we need the business name. So that's why we grab that there. And we come across here, put this in here. Earth Outdoors. Now we hit enter. We're getting rid of our site. Our site shouldn't be appearing for anything. And boom, like I was saying, here's the Yelp listing. Okay, awesome. Okay, so as you can start to see, map quests there. Earth ideas are reservoir. Okay, Pinterest, awesome. So what you can do is you can look up here and go about 66 results. Now these can show up backlinks and all of this. This stuff isn't really considered backlinks. They're called citations. But this is one way of figuring out backlinks for free. The fastest way to do it is, the fastest and accurate way of doing it is with Bright Local, but you can also do a similar thing in SEMrush. But it's just as time consuming as going through and having a look and just being like, yep, that's a citation, that's a citation. It's basically the same. So for now, we're just going to put down 66. 66. Now let's go to our competitors. So let's grab one of our competitors. So, Natural Wonders was doing really well for this keyword, so I'm going to grab them. So let's grab Natural Wonders. So same thing, guys, like literally the exact same thing. You just scroll, place it here, and then we come back to our sheet. We grab their name because we need their name. It should be that, like, if they have a variation in their name, then it could be funny. Let's check it out. 61 results, same as us. So you can start to see, and you do the same thing obviously for the other business. And this is what you would do. You just keep going through, looking at the citations. If you notice that someone's got 150, well, if you need citations built, just reach out. We build citations. We build 100 citations and we give you the list. So you'll have everything, access to the login accounts. For that, we do normally charge around about 75 USD. So we can build you 100 citations if you need it. But just reach out in the link down below, go across to the website and hit up the citation service. But that's pretty much it, guys. So that's how you do that for business citations. So let's go back to the home page. Let's check that off now. So yeah, so You can use Bright Local if you want a faster and more accurate way of doing it. But if you just want it, like you saw, it's 60, it'd take you about 10 minutes to go through and count. So, you know, say $40. It's going to take you probably 30 minutes to count all your competitors. Next thing is to install the Google Analytics and Google Search Console. So Google Analytics, Google Search Console, free, brilliant tools you can utilize to track the data. You can see events in the profile, so anyone comes along to your page, where they came from, how they arrived at your website, and then you can track the conversions. Very, very important if you're going to be investing in SEO. Now, if you look over here, you will notice that there's a list. Now, this is of YouTube videos that you can go away and watch, and it basically talks about all of this stuff I've got going on here. So you actually have YouTube videos that you can go away and understand how to approach things in a better light. So that's pretty much it. Now, what we want to do is we want to pick our landscaper SEO keywords, okay? So we want to essentially formulate the landscaper SEO strategy right now. Now, how do you pick target keywords? So perhaps a client comes to you and goes, all I know is landscaper Houston. How do I expand on that? Or you yourself are a business and you're like, oh, I don't know what else to do. There's two places you can look. Keyword research. So you can look yourself and go, okay, so what else? Oh, Houston drainage. Look at that. Okay, that's maybe a keyword. But what I would suggest doing is just filtering it by volume, because maybe you could do well for French drain system. Maybe that's an important keyword. Awnings for a patio. Maybe you could get that. These types of things might be important to you. So drainage contractor near me. You're in position 24. There you go. What you can do is, let's just say, argument's sake. So what you want to do now, so position 24, 1900. Okay, let's do this. So let's go back to target keywords. We're going to add that. Position 24, 1900. Okay. So we can sit there and go, this is our new target keyword. Okay. I'm going to go away now because I want to go after this keyword, and I'm going to create a service page. Beautiful. Now you're starting to put the wheels in motion. Another thing you want to do is go across to your keyword gap. So if you're looking for keywords for your landscaper SEO campaign, what you can do is start to see, what don't I have? What do my competitors have? What are they doing really well for? Where could I catch up to them? Because we're not that far away from these guys. Like the Moss, it's going to take time to get there. But these guys, that's quite possible. So you can filter. This is why I like having it a little bit smaller, because it doesn't take as long. But you can sort of scroll down where they're not showing for zeros anymore, which is almost at the bottom, which is interesting. But this is what happens when they're smaller. So you can start to go away and be like, okay, well, they're in position 1, 4, 6. And you can go, oh, look at, maybe, let's go front yard landscaping ideas, Houston. Bang, you're in position 25. Okay, maybe I'll go away and create a blog post for that, for supporting content. There you go. There's your link magnet. That's how you can get links into your site now. This type of stuff is how you can go away and actually create target keywords, develop ideas, and create out more content. So that's the way that you can go about that. So you come over here, click out that. Now plan out the content. So basically planning out your content, formulating the strategy for your landscaper SEO campaign is pretty much what we just talked about. Okay, so what you want to do is be like, okay, well, we found that. So I'm going to build out, like I'm going to create a blog and service page. Okay. And a service page. This is what I'm going to do for the first month. I need to go in there. I need to get more reviews, more images. I need to do some additional work on my Google business profile. I need to do a bit more research into the services and into the other additional stuff. I need to improve my core web vital because my competitors were outperforming me. I need to create a blog and create some service pages. And the other thing that you should be trying to do, if you have the time and the budget in the first month, is backlinks into the link graph. Okay. So the same backlinks that your competitors have, you want to go after them first, second month, ideally, because you're getting into basically what Google is referring as the link graph and what they consider related to what you're going after, okay? So as you can see, it's a lot of work. These are the main things. I'm showing you the stuff that if you fix and you do it, you will get results. If you're in position 35 like our guy was, I promise you, if he was to go away and implement some of this stuff here that I've shown even today, even though this is a basic 1 hour long video, he would get results. He would do a lot better. Okay, so that's pretty much that. Let's jump back to the home page and let's just check off the other stuff and I'll explain to you everything else. So improve website UX and speed. So let's have a look at his website and let me just show you what I think about it. Okay, first thing, where's the call button? Okay, there's a call button up the top here, but you need one here. He needs to have a call button right here. It needs to be hitting you in the face. Okay, there's no point having this up here. It's not ideal. Free quotes, like, yeah, that's cool, but call. So if you have a local business, you should have a call button. Okay, have the call, have the contact if you want, but if you're a local business, I assure you, if you have 500 people coming to your website and you just add a call to action button right here, CTA call button right there, I promise you your phone calls will go up, and they can go up by as much as 30%, even more. We've seen it even more than that, but they will increase minimum of 10%. So if you have good traffic, add a call to action there. Okay. Very, very, very important that you actually do that. So if you want to create an effective landscaper SEO strategy to finally close in on everything and end this video, guys, what I would be looking at is everything that we've learned. So you can go through and obviously update all of your content, upload new content, build citations, do all of this, check. This is actually going out and implementing it. Here's the videos here if you need it. Your target keywords, that's where you want to start looking to say, what am I going after? Okay, so you're looking at formulating the strategy. If I'm Earth Ideas, what am I doing? Well, what I would be doing is exactly how I've recorded all of this. I would be looking and getting this stuff knocked off first. Month 2, I would continue to look at all of those keywords, look at the keywords that I don't have and that my competitors have, and start to build out more pages for. More pages means more opportunity to dominate content on the web. I'm out there. I have a bigger footprint. So creating more content and getting more links. I would definitely be going after the links, because you need to look at your competitors. You need to see what they've got and you want to see what you've got. You can never have too many links. There's nothing wrong with having that. Same with the citations, same with the keywords. You want to ensure that you look at your profile and you match your competitors. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, but you need to match them and then outperform them. So that's why we looked at the Google Business Profile. I hope that I've answered the question of landscaper SEO. If you're looking to do SEO for landscapers, if you need a hand, if you want to have a consultation with me about this, if you would like this work done on your own website as a consultation fee, reach out to us. That's what we do. That's what we offer. If you're a landscaper and you want your SEO, you want to start ranking actually a lot higher for those keywords, reach out to my agency. All of the contact details will be below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll see you around the traps. See you guys.